Hey y'all, it's me. It's your girl. You already know. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, real deal? How y'all doing this evening, morning, night, noon, wherever you from? Um, I brought a content to you all this evening. It's so sad, y'all, that things going on happening to our kids around the world. But this content is about a daycare center in Bronx, New York City. One boy unalive and three other kids hospitalized, y'all, at a Bronx uh daycare center. Okay. Now let me give you a little highlight, just a little bit on that. Okay. Um, this the daycare center, y'all. Like in the building, y'all remember New Jack City? Now this daycare center here under the is under the other apartments. So it's at the lower, it's at the bottom. But let me tell y'all this. Two people was arrested and charged in connection to the suspect opiate death of 1-year-old boy at a Bronx daycare center on Saturday, y'all, yesterday. Three other children possibly exposed to drugs remain hospitalized. One of them remain in critical condition. One lady came and got her kid early. Yes. And so they try to use opia on one of the little 1-year old Nicholas, but it didn't work. So that's what happened in that daycare center. So they did arrest two other people. Okay, yeah, two was arrested. And they start saying that the average cost of a child care provided in the Bronx in New York is 18.16 per hour. What? You can expect to pay a hourly rate between $14.20 and $25 a child care provider or hourly rate. Man, that's crazy. Ooh, hey. But so we gonna it was more like a kilo press, y'all. Whoever in the building were running something and all the fumes got on the kids, y'all. Y'all know how phenol is. It's strong. And it was like a kilo press packages. Large quantities of drugs was found inside a Bronx daycare center where four small children. Man, how in the world they going how many times had that happened now? They found out that in this daycare center, y'all. Now come on. And the kids, one lady said she picked up her kid and said he was acting, dizzy. He was acting weird. And so she called the ambulance real quick. That's bad, y'all. The parents can't work. But we're gonna take a look at this video. And this is the daycare center, y'all, where everything went down. So if they go inside there and fentanyl was used, that means that it's loud. It's a loud funeral. When they had one baby to die, that's sad. I have a fit. They said that three other children was found unresponsive inside the Divino Nino's on Mars Avenue
Glad
at
it's you, not somebody else.
2:43 on Friday.
I'm glad it's you, not somebody else.
Y'all, they had to use Narcan was administered and revives two of them, two other
No, they brought out
kids.
a few bags. I don't know.
2-year-old boy and an 8-month-old girl, but one year old Nicholas Dominicia could not be saved. Oh, God, they were running a new jet city in that
I think
building.
that's the DA's uh, videographer.
Anybody got kids or fear is just sad.
Yeah.
This is sad. Knowing kids down there. They said 2-year-old boy was acting lethargic and unresponsive. So the mother brought him to the Bronx care where Noah King was a minister. His life was saved. It's sad. And y'all, this is sad that kids got to go through this. Kids? It's sad. If you have OPED or filling out in your home,
A lot of juggle. Okay. Yeah.
this is what it can do to you. Yeah, they said that the health commission said Divinino Nido Daycare was a home-based child care site that opened in January under the official authority of New York State Office of Children and Family Service. Wow. Wow. I mean, what about the health department? They said that the health department conducted an inspection on behalf of the state, with the most recent one being a surprise inspection last week. Wow. If they hadn't never came and inspect, they wouldn't have known what's going on. He said no violation was found during September the 9th visit. This is so sad. I can imagine a mom at work doing the best she can. This is so sad.
The video guy, they're still in there.
And just taking pictures. I tell you, every night it's a parent's work night for me. Just have to pray. Mm. And that's a state nursery, y'all. They can't still look at it.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Good luck. I
Anybody go in there better have on a mask, baby. In the Bronx. Ooh, I'm glad they got them kids over there. Um, we gonna listen to the press conference in a minute.
We're here to give you
Yeah.
a briefing on a terrible incident that took place earlier today with four children who appear to have come in contact with an opioid that led to hospitalization for three of the children, and one child is DOA, died from this interaction. Commissioner Caban will give an overall update, and Chief Kennedy will give the preliminary information that we have available at this time, and Dr. Fassan will give the overview on these types of substances and what was the role in inspections that took place with Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to say our thoughts and prayers with the family at this time. Tonight is every parent's worst nightmare. Our children are a gift from God in this world. They're innocent. We must always protect them. As a father, I can tell you, my kids are my heart, and my heart is heavy
Right.
this evening. As we stand here in this hospital, one baby has passed away, one fights for their life, and yet another is still on the medical care. We don't know
Mm.
exactly what happened to those babies. My chief detectives, Joe Kenny, is leading the investigation and will get us those answers. And he will share what he knows at this moment. But for now, there is one thing I do know, and that is we should not be here. These children do not deserve this. So please pray for them and their
I
families.
will.
I will now turn it over to our chief detectives, Joe Kenny.
Sad, man.
Thank you, Commissioner. At 2:43 this afternoon, we received a 911 call for three unconscious children at 2707 Morris Avenue here in the Bronx. This location is a daycare center named the Kingsbridge Heights Community Center. Here we found 3 children, 2 males, 2 years old, 1 female, 8 months old. All 3 children were unresponsive and demonstrating symptoms of opioid exposure. Narcan was administered to all 3 of these children in an attempt to save their lives. 2 children survived, unfortunately. 1 male, 2 years old, passed away at Montefiore Hospital at 3:29 p.m. Additionally, we learned that another child, a male, 2 years old, was removed from this same daycare center earlier in the day at 12:15 p.m. Once home, the child's mother noticed that the kid was acting lethargic and unresponsive. He was brought to Bronx Care Hospital, where he was administered Narcan, and his life was saved. The NYPD executed a search warrant at this daycare center, where we discovered a kilo press. This is an item that is commonly used by drug dealers when packaging large quantities of drugs. This is an active criminal investigation. The children involved are 3 males, 2 years old, 1 female, 8 months old. 1 child was brought to Bronx Care. 3 children were brought to Montefiore Hospital. 207 Morris Avenue is a licensed daycare center by the state of New York. It was last inspected September 9th of this year, where no violations were observed. This investigation is ongoing.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vassan from the Department of Health. As a doctor, as the city's doctor, as a father of 3 small kids, as a New Yorker, my heart's breaking tonight for this family that's lost their precious 1-year-old son. I'm here today to talk a little bit about what we know about the site at which this event happened. This was a home-based childcare site under the official authority of the New York State Office of Children and Family Services. The Department of Health and Mental Hygiene conducts inspections on behalf of OCFS and inspected, as Chief Kennedy just described, inspected this site as recently as September 9th and found no violations. This is a new site, was opened in January of just this year, had its routine inspections, 2 in the beginning in order to get its license, and 1 surprise visit. That was the September 9th site, and no violations were found. I want to talk a little bit, secondly, about fentanyl and opioids in general. We've heard a lot about fentanyl. We've prioritized the overdose crisis in this administration's mental health plan because we know it affects everyone. And tonight, that's been brought home to bear in this challenge we face. A small child, not someone we would think would be at risk of interacting with opioids, has come into contact with a powerful substance, which can, through either inhalation, ingestion, or in touching of the skin, intoxicate the recipient. We don't know what happened in this case, and as the chief said, there is an active investigation. But what it tells us is that the overdose crisis affects all of us, which is why it's an all hands on deck public health moment. So once again, our hearts go out to the family for their loss.
Thank you. And as Chief Kenny stated, this is an active investigation, and we are going to find out the cause of this incident. And to the families, this is clearly an impact on us all. To lose a child and just listen to the ages of these children, and speaking with the mom and dad a few moments ago and seeing the pain that they are experiencing is something that all of us as New Yorkers are experiencing, and all of us who are parents. This crisis is real, and it is a real wake-up call for individuals who have opioids or fentanyl in their homes. The mere contact is deadly for an adult and is extremely deadly for a child. We are really sending out a message to all New Yorkers, but specifically those who have these substances inside their homes. This can have an impact on your family and an impact on your children. Our hearts break for these families that are involved. We will lift them up in prayer, and we will get to the bottom of this. And I want to thank.
Okay, whew. That's it, y'all. That's sad. It's sad. We got to pray for our babies. Parents out there working, they ain't out there clubbing, they out there working. And drugs just smelling going in kids' system. But y'all tell me what y'all think, like, share, and I want to get my sympathy, empathy, whatever I need to do, and prayers to the family that this happened to. They're little small babies in Bronx, y'all. One toddler unalive and three other kids hospitalized at that Bronx, New York City. Sorry about that. All right.